All right. Hello. Um, the plan, I was going to play some more Bolt Gun today, but I am trying to get some stuff painted for some 40k games I got coming up. So I figured I might as well do some more painting on stream. Let me switch over. All right, so I adjusted the angle a little bit. It should be a little more visible now. It's like at the very least when I start getting into my habit of pulling it back closer to me again, so hopefully this should be better. Do let me know, and I'll see what little adjustments I can make to it while stream is running this time. Alright, so the plan for today is I am in the middle of painting a Sisters of Battle Squad because there is a local-ish tournament coming up in a couple weeks, and I've decided I'm going to take my Imperial Knights, but I wanted to run some of the Imperial Agents along with them for some just variety of units, and Sisters of Battle seem really good complement to that, so they seemed like the right pick. I've already got a couple done, so like here is a quick preview of what my color scheme looks like so far. And I gotta say, I'm actually pretty happy with it. I wasn't 100% sure while I was in the process of painting them, but seeing the final results, really liking this color scheme so far. It's honestly, it's even making it tempting to like start looking into Sororitas as a faction to just maybe see if I want to start building that army out in the future. And I probably shouldn't, but because I've already got more than enough in progress at the moment. But it is tempting. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Using my usual metallic primer with contrast paint over top of it to kind of keep that metallic. I'm also getting a immolator to run with them as well, but it has not arrived yet. So I was planning on getting a game in this weekend just to try a few things out and see how I like the combination of things I have for before I jump into the tournament. But since the immolator hasn't arrived, I might just have to borrow the Razorback for my Space Marines as a proxy, just to see how I like it. I don't... the other thing I'm not sure of is what to equip it with. Like, my immediate gut reaction is to put the Meltas on it, but the more I think about it, I don't know if I like that. Because the Meltas seem good, but they're only strength 9, and most vehicles tend to have a toughness of 10. So they would still do okay at damaging vehicles, but, you know, obviously not as good as something like a las cannon or even just other kinds of, like, more anti-armor weapons. But I also don't know how enamored I am with the flamethrower. So, because it's like, I guess, like, I don't necessarily have to use the Meltas as exclusively anti-vehicle, but it also only makes 2 attacks, so it's not like it's going to be fantastic at taking out, like, big groups either, so as much as I want to put the Meltas on it, it might be the Flamers are the better way to go. Although, I guess if I'm going to end up using a proxy for it this weekend either way, I could try... I don't really have to commit to one or the other yet, so I could proxy it as the Meltas and see if I do still like them, despite their couple shortcomings. And then if I don't, then I just build it with the Flamers. But yeah, I'm excited. This is gonna be like the first like official. Well, I don't know how it's not being run by the store. I think it's just being put together by just the local players. But still, it's the first like organized event I have ever done for 40K since getting into it, and I'm really excited to be jumping in. I'm hoping I'm making the right call with playing my Imperial Knights. Obviously, won't know until it happens. But I feel like just for the simplicity of having less things on the board to manage, I will hopefully, at the very least, not end up taking too long on my turns. There's a spot here that doesn't seem to want to coat evenly no matter what I do. And that'll kind of do. Right. I've kind of had this color scheme in my mind for a little while now for some Battle Sisters, but I wasn't sure how it would look, and I have been very pleased with the results. And unlike the color scheme I decided on for my little pile of Tyranids, as far as I am aware, I didn't just accidentally pick a color scheme, like an already pre-existing color scheme by mistake. Well, not mistake, but just thinking I'm coming up with my own, and then turns out it's already an official Hive fleet. But as far as I know, there are no Zoroartos orders with these colors exactly. Alright, it's a little dark in a couple places. I should mention too, I have not tested this camera angle at all. So again, please tell me if there's any little adjustments I can make to it. Just trying to take some water and remove some of this excess here. It's not nearly as bad as the green I use for my Dark Angels, as far as like looking bad if it's too heavy in places, but just for consistency's sake, I don't want it to like get too dark in places. Okay. Still a little dark in spots, but I think that's better. Either way, I don't want to mess with it too much. The more I mess with it, the more I'm just gonna Or I risk going too far and really making it look bad. Now, I think backside of this shoulder could stand to lighten up just a little. Okay, I think I've got too much water on it now. Yeah, I think I got too much water on it. Alright, I'm gonna give some of that water a chance to dry up. Actually, while I'm doing that, since I've been going through these fairly quickly, I might as well and go ahead and pick out a second one here, and I can just start painting the blue on this one as well. Then we'll go on to this one afterwards. So odds are I will at least get 2 done on stream. I don't think I needed that extra touch of water. I don't know why I did that. Didn't need blue there. And this is going to be real messy, but that's fine. I'm going to be painting over all the other parts anyway. Sometimes trying to paint around the robes a little more annoying than I would like. Again, this is probably the reason why a lot of people do paint before assembly, but Okay. This one is looking pretty good. Get the back here, and then... Okay, set that one aside for now. Come back to it after this one's finished. Get a couple places where the water was a little too heavy. There we go. A little bit around the collar here. So that was too much. Alright, need to get my smaller brush for just a moment here. Okay. I think the blue could have gone a little bit better on this one, but I'm hoping once I get to the wash, it'll kind of even things out a little. All right, that's the blue. Wait here. Robes. Might need a little bit more water. That is getting a little dried out. That's better. Ah, don't know why my hand did that. Thankfully, I don't see any big splotches of white on the blue, so it's all good. I think I might switch off to a smaller brush for that part. Alright. Get the inside of the robes. I'm probably gonna have to take it off there so I can get a better angle with the brush. And you know what? I'm gonna switch off to a smaller brush as well. To be very careful. Again, apologies if this part isn't visible, but you gotta be able to see what I'm doing. one spot at the back of the robe here that I just cannot quite get the brush to reach. Kinda got it. Right. Again, I know I'm repeating myself, but I will do my best to keep things visible when I can, but I think anytime I'm doing robes and stuff like this, there's only going to be so much I can do without blocking my own ability to see it. Definitely a little bit I gotta fix, though. My best to not have too much white go on the blue, but wasn't perfect. Okay, I think I can go back to using the handle now. Alright. Sorry I'm a little quiet. Just focusing and enjoying the music. So, I don't think I'm going to play it on stream, but I did finally get around to actually putting some time into Voices of the Void, and for anyone who hasn't played that, it's real good. I don't think I would make it a particularly entertaining stream, just because there's a lot of downtime in it that's not particularly exciting on its own. I don't know that I am entertaining enough to make that interesting to watch. That being said, it is real fascinating to play, especially if you like some good, like, spooky, atmospheric stuff. Oops, I knew that was going to happen. I should have just left it alone. But, yeah, it's, also, it's, like, free. It's currently free to download on itch.io. So, I mean, that being said, it's, like, very, very early in development, but, it is quite neat. Also, speaking of, I guess, speaking of early access, it's not in early access anymore, but I still haven't played Hades 2 since launch. Like, since the 1.0 release. Which I need to get around to doing that. I will... Been debating on if I want to do that on stream or not. I might do some runs on stream, but I feel like, overall, that's gonna be a game I'm gonna want to enjoy on my own time. But, we'll see. Alright, I think that's good enough for the wait for now. This one. Alright. What am I painting? I am working on a Battle Sister squad to use alongside my knights. I've got a couple done already, and I'm hoping I can get 2 more done on stream today. Try to get the neck here without getting it on the blue. Looks good. Okay. It's looking good so far. Trying to get this behind the gun here is a little finicky. Maybe finicky is not quite the right word, but just trying not to get black paint everywhere. That might have to do. Yeah, that's gonna have to do. It could have been, I could have done that better, but can't really see well enough to paint it any better than that. All right. Is there? I don't know if there's a belt on this one. Well, I can't clearly see one, so I'm not just going to put a stripe of brown where there might not be one. Have it look bad, so instead I just won't. Okay, but I will go on to the gloves here. Bristles are wanting to separate a little bit here on the brush. Actually, I guess I probably should have done the black on the bolter first, so that I wouldn't have to paint the glove twice. But... oh well. Maybe I'll just, not make a mess. That could happen, right? I doubt it, but it could happen. And I know this is not visible, but I gotta be able to see what I'm doing. Okay. Gloves look good. Now, this, I think what I'm seeing here, where this connects, I think that line there should be a belt. And I'm thinking when I glued it together, the plastic glue might have melted it a touch, and that's why I couldn't see the line. So we'll just do a line across there. Hope that that looks okay. There. Okay, I need to go back to my black for just a moment. I always forget to do this. Little there on the bolt gun. There we go. All right, now let's start on some skin tone here. Paint's getting a little thick here. Let's smooth this out a little. Not not the greatest at doing faces, but I can at least get them to a point where it's good enough. Alright. Gonna have to let that dry before I do any more with the face, so let's start fixing some of the metal that got paint on it that I don't want. A little bit here on the armor. I got white that I don't want. Some more contrast over top of it. A little bit of brown on the grip there. Okay. Okay, let's go back to my blue contrast for a moment. Get some of these spots that I had to go over again. Don't you dare, I just fixed that. Dang it. Oh well. Alright, I think that will be good enough for fixes. As for the blue. Alright. Paint on face should be good and dry now. Get my contrast for that. Put it on a little heavy there. See if I can some of that up before it dries. Alright, good enough. Alright, there's the face done. Get some black contrast here. Bolt gun. bolt gun looks good. Oh, right, the grip. Yeah, I should have done this before I did the glove. I'm just gonna have to paint over it again. Oh well. Not the end of the world. Alright. So that done. Okay, well, and since I've already got brown out for fixing the gloves, we'll just use that for the hair too. Oops. Hopefully I can fix that. I think it might have dried already. Dang it. Oh no. There's still a little bit of a brown streak on the face, but let me see if I can. I'm not sure what I did there. I'm not sure if like a stray bristle just ah, darn, I scraped off too much paint. Alright, I'm just gonna have to do that part of the face over. Not sure if a stray bristle just kinda like popped out there and got paint where it shouldn't have gone, or if my hand just wasn't steady. Probably more likely just my hand. Alright. Try to fix what I messed up on the face here. You know what? I got a bad feeling that I'm just gonna have to end up redoing the whole face anyway, because it won't match. Let's just do that. Probably be easier just repaint the whole thing than to try to match the tone that one tiny little spot. There. Okay, that dry. Alright, there's not much gold I need to do on this, but there are a few spots. That. Alright. That's all the more gold I have to do on this one. Nice looking scissor. Thank you. I'm actually really happy with how the color scheme on these is turning out. I wasn't sure exactly if I was gonna like it or not, but sort of seeing it come together, I'm pretty pleased with it. We do this bit. Alright. Looking pretty good. New army? Not exactly. I'm gonna be running my Imperial Knights in a local tournament in a couple weeks, and I wanted some stuff to run alongside them as agents, and the Battle Sisters seem like the best fit for that. So I need to get a squad of them painted up before that. Where did I put my silver? There it is. Although, I would be lying if I said painting this color scheme hasn't made me tempted to look at Sorotas as just a faction to play in the future. because Celestine is definitely one of those models that is one of those things I would love to paint regardless of what factions I'm playing. So any excuse to finally paint that one would be great. I'm seeing a couple spots on the backpack here. I didn't quite get the coverage needed to. Try to fix that here after I'm done with the silver. Alright, backpack looks okay, except for them 2 spots I gotta fix. Getting the shoulders. just about there. I can get the beads here, though this might be more trouble than it's worth. Yeah, I think that's all the more I'm gonna try to do there. Just gonna make a mess if I keep trying to get the little details there. Alright. Which looks like I already did, so gonna have to fix that. Oh wow, that didn't even notice that spot on the back of the magazine there. Had like 3 colors there that shouldn't have been. Right, gotta get the bits on the bolt gun here.
Your boy Sprightly, Sprightly, Sprightly,
Alright, that'll be good enough for the lead belcher. I think just a tiny bit of cleanup left to do for the blue here. Then wash and base. Alright. Looks good. Where were those 2 light patches on the backpack that I saw? Not the one. Where was it? Oh, I guess it was right there. Wasn't actually as bad as it looked from that angle, but... Okay! Oh, wait. Are there little things I missed? Yes, there are. Okay. that last one was a little messy, but yeah, I guess not hard to fix up. Yep, I'm completely blocking that with my hand. Sorry about that. Wait, I guess there's no point in taking that off yet. Okay. Well, this one is pretty much done. Getting really, really pleased with the way this color scheme is coming together. So yeah, give me one moment to change out my dirty paint water, and then we'll do the wash. Be right back. Alright, we're back. Alright, so for these, I've been trying something a little different. Normally, for the wash, I just go over the whole thing with Nuln Oil. But I've been liking doing it this way, just putting a little bit more work into it, of using a more gray, like a light gray wash for the robes themselves. Like the results so far. Water that down just a little bit. It's less harsh than the Nuln Oil, and looks better on the white. satisfied with that. Alright, now on to the Nuln Oil. Upside, yeah. Alright. I think that turned out pretty good. Okay, now, while the rest of the model dries, let's start working on the base. Just flat color first to match the terrain I'm going to be using. Alright. That's done. Okay. Now that dries. Yeah, actually, there might be still some on the wet palette here. Yeah. A little bit of red. Last spot on the backpack here that still needs painted.
Should have done this before the wash, just in case I had to fix anything, but I forgot. Alright, I do need a little bit more. Alright, that looks good. Wasn't quite dry yet. My bad. Alright, I'm gonna have to come back to that later. Well, actually, that'll probably dry quickly enough. I can just go ahead and... because I am impatient. Alright, I will let that dry, and then I'll come back to it. For now, let's get my stick. Start smearing this stuff around.
is looking good here. There. Okay. Wipe this off. Okay. Now the red on the backpack will have had plenty of time to dry. Do this without wiping off what I did. Alright. Okay, last step. Doing the edge of the base, which I like to do in black. Actually, never realized how many different ways people do the edge of the base, which is neat. One spot there on the side that I want to put another layer on, but gotta wait for it to dry. All right. And that's one done. Yeah, sort of show this off to camera as best I can. Looks pretty good, if I say so myself. Alright. Okay, now back to the one I started earlier. And you know what? I don't... let's just empty out the paint water again, just to be on the safe side. Once again, be right back. Alright, and we're back. Took a moment longer than I planned. Okay, but yeah, now let's get this one done. So we already did the blue. Straight on to the white with this one. Definitely need to get a new wide brush, because this one's starting to fray pretty good. It's holding in there, but it has seen better days. I guess a flat brush is probably the more correct term, but I don't know. I don't know art terms. Also need to get more than one proper dry brush at some point too. I have a few that I use for dry brushing, but all but one of them are just old brushes that I've chopped the bristles off of to turn into dry brushes. Hello! Yeah, I could definitely stand to get some proper ones, but also need to get better at taking care of the brushes I do have, so that I don't have to keep replacing them. Cool, sisters. Thank you. I am really liking the way this color scheme is turning out for them. Here I can quickly show off the first one I painted on stream here for a look at the final result. It's just one I came up with on my own. As far as I know, this is not like this is not a official order for them. Just color scheme that popped up in my head and wanted to try it. Thank you. I originally just picked them up to run alongside my knights to just have some amount of infantry. But, I mentioned earlier, I am enjoying painting this color scheme, and I might look into Sorotos just as a faction at some point. Maybe, just pick up some more stuff for them. Though, I've got about 2 small shoebox size of unpainted Chaos Marines that I have to get around to first. You paint Tyranids? Nice. I also have a small combat patrol of Tyranids that I got as just part of the starter box for 10th edition. And I haven't really known what I want to do with them for a while. I think I finally settled on the color scheme for Hive Fleet Kronos. and I need to get around to getting those painted, but just haven't really put any time into them yet. Legion of the Damned. I am so bummed that the Legion of the that the Legion of the Damned isn't like a thing right now in 10th edition. I think you can still play them as like Legends units, but I really wish that they would add them back in, like as just standard stuff. Heck, that would be perfect for a kill team. Look like I mean, I'm sure the color of shirt is not helping, but no offense taken. I mean, you know what? There could be worse people to be compared against than Jack Black, so I'll take it. Do you know Hollow Knight? So I've played a fair bit of the original, but I never finished it, and I have yet to start Silksong. I guess I still haven't decided if I'm going to play through Silksong yet or not. Because I did enjoy a lot of what I played of the original, but the difficulty curve is just not something I was super thrilled about. Again, it's fine. It's just maybe not for me. So, and I've heard Silksong can be quite a bit more challenging. So I don't know if I will enjoy it or not. I think I will still probably give it a go, but maybe with the expectation of I might not get too deep into it. Thinking of making a Sylvaneth Hollow Knight army. That sounds fantastic. I can already kind of picture that, and that sounds like such a fun, like, theme for that. That is a very, very good idea. I'm not super interested into getting into Age of Sigmar, but I do like a lot of miniatures from it. Like, it has so many cool models. I think 40K, I'm just, like, slightly more interested in the sci-fi aspect of it. Like, again, like, there's not any, like, I think my, me not being interested in Age of Sigmar is not meant to be, like, a, slight against it. I think it's perfectly fine. I just am not as big into, like, just straight-up fantasy. Small... Or I need to slay the Grey. Small pile of shame. Yeah, fair enough. The only thing stopping me from referring to my mountain of unfinished stuff as a shame pile is just the fact that I am usually constantly making progress on it. The problem is that the pile tends to build faster than it shrinks, but you know, as long as I'm making some progress. But I definitely get what you mean. I wish.
Hey, as long as you're making progress on it, then to me it's not a shame pile. Even if the progress is slow, progress is progress.
I have like 20. I don't know. 20 Tyranid Termagants and a Saturnine Praetor. Nice. I have been trying to figure out a good way to use a Saturnine something as a proxy, but like for something in 40k, but I've not really seen anything yet that's like a good fit for it. Haven't been able to paint for a month or two. Well, hopefully that improves. But also, yeah, I hear you with the Termagants. With the combat patrol, I have for them, and just some that came in like another like starter kit. I have like 30 Termagants right next to me that I need to paint, and I have no interest in painting. But because like there are so many cool Tyranid models, and Termagants also exist. Again, they're perfectly fine. They're just not the exciting stuff that the Tyranids have. It certainly doesn't help that, like, if it was just 10 of them, it wouldn't feel nearly so bad, but painting essentially 3 sets of the same exact 10 models just kills a lot of motivation before it starts. Leviathan Siege Dreadnought. Nice. Man, there are so many cool Horus Heresy kits. I don't think I could ever get into Horus Heresy, just because, like, it would be a full nother tabletop game to learn and collect, but there's so many good models for it. The Dreadnoughts and stuff especially. I do have a Typhon siege tank that does have Legends rules for 40k, but that's still, like, you know, dependent on whoever I'm playing with being cool with Legends stuff. Epion is sitting right in front of me. Literally had no time since I finished the last kit. Three more have come in. I mean, like, still, it's not your fault if you don't have time to work on it. Yellow is a pain. Don't play much, mostly paint for fun. I mean, that was honestly me for the longest time. I have been painting Warhammer for, like, like 2-3 years at this point, and I've only really started playing a few months ago. But yeah, I get you there. Also, yeah, yellow is absolutely such a huge pain. I do my best to try to find ways to work around that, but yeah, I don't particularly enjoy painting yellow either. My sympathies go out to anyone playing Imperial Fists. 4 years? Nice. Problem is, I have things coming every month till, like, January. White is the main... Yeah, I definitely have found I dislike painting white more than yellow, but a part of that is probably just the fact that white, usually I have to be a lot more delicate with the wash than I do with yellow. So I think that's the only reason I dislike it more. loving the music. Cool. Good. I'm glad. I am a big fan of it myself. Something I have not had the money to pick up yet, but something I definitely want to do is... Oh, Epion is going to be a nightmare going from red maroon to white. Yeah, ugh. Getting enough white on top of that to stop the red from bleeding through is, yeah, that's gonna suck. I wonder... I hesitate to say this because I would be afraid of like putting too much paint on it, but I wonder if it would be worth it to like start at like primer it black first and then move up to white rather than going from red straight to white. Just then if you have anything come through, it wouldn't be as bad as red, but I don't know if that's good advice or not. Gonna primer black, gray, then white. Okay, yeah. Okay, so I wasn't going down completely the wrong track then. But anyway, as I was saying, I haven't had the money to do this yet, but at some point I'm going to be looking into making an Imperial Guard army. And I have found some fun 3D printed miniatures that would be fun like proxies for guard squads of like some Shinra soldiers and some of the like character designs and whatnot from Valkyria Chronicles as like to use as like alongside like tanks whatnot, and that seems like fun, some fun proxies to get. Oh, what do I think of the new red Gobbo? It looks neat. I've never like I've never picked up any of the red Gobbo miniatures previously. I think I can't remember if it was last year or the one before it I did really like, but I also just don't play orcs, so I've never really like considered grab. Oh no, that's not true. I have. There was one. Whichever one it was that I did really like, I did consider grabbing it just to paint it, but I never did. But it is. I do love that they do that every year. It is a fun little goof. The miniature I wish I had picked up when it was available is the old the Noise Marine with the guitar bolter. But I think my opportunity to get that has come and gone. I mean, I'm sure there's like some secondhand on eBay and whatnot for ridiculous prices, but for something I would just be using as like a basic proxy anyway. No real reason to try and pay that much for it. project to collect all the red gobos, put them in clear bags, and put them on the Christmas tree. No, that's a good idea. That sounds fun. Yeah, one of these years I will just have to pick up a red gobbo just to like whatever the version of it is that year. I will just have to get one just to like have out as a just keep it as a Christmas decoration and rather than a miniature. And see your painting progress from year to year. That's actually great. That's a that is actually a very good point on that as well. Because that was fun for me when I first got into painting Warhammer. I was mostly focused on stuff like Kill Team, and one of the first Kill Teams I painted was the Custodes with some Sisters of Silence. A while late, like I think it was either like a year or two later. One of the Kill Team box sets they released, right, it was the Imperial Agents. You could use some, came with some extra Sisters of Silence, and it was fun painting those in the same color scheme to be able to do a direct comparison, like before, like between when I had painted them, and that was fun to see. In fact, I painted a Battle Sister squad back around that time as well, and I should find a picture of those to compare to these once I'm done with them. I can't compare the miniatures directly because the old ones are currently sitting in a Tupperware bowl in the other room, soaking in cleaner to remove the paint. So feel like I'm not progressing in my painting anymore. I don't know. I feel like that's a trap. I think even if the differences aren't noticeable, I think you're always improving some way. And even, I don't know. I try. I realize how hard it is to convince your brain otherwise, but I think, I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's very, very easy to be overly critical of, like, I mean, because I feel like this way sometimes too, of like feeling like I'm either not doing as good as I could be, or just unhappy with how I've painted things, or just feeling like I'm just not good at it. But you're always improving, even if it's very minor or sometimes not even noticeable. But still always a little. Starting to play with shadows, non-metallic metal, and OSL. I mean, heck, that's way beyond me. I've looked at some tutorials on people doing like non-metallic metal and stuff, and it's neat, but feels like more work than I am capable of. I'm not like, I just don't have the brain for doing shadows and whatnot. It's like, if the detail is on the model, I can paint very clean lines on it most of the time. But if I have to do anything freehand or like decide where something is without the model telling me where it's going to be, that's where my brain just can't process it. And so it's like stuff like non-metallic metal or intentionally doing like shadows. It's just, that's just something that is beyond me. And honestly, I'm fine with that. Like, I am happy with the way I paint my stuff. But it always does impress me when other people can do it. I do wish I was better at doing stuff like that, though. Especially edge highlighting. My hands just are not, my hands are just not good enough for, doing edge highlighting. Airbrush is good for it, and the hardest thing is working out the lights. Yeah, no, that's fair as well. I also have no experience using an airbrush, so that definitely doesn't help. I do have an airbrush. I just haven't used it yet. No good reason, just I haven't used it yet, and so therefore my brain is overly anxious about using something I haven't used yet. Which is not a good reason. But I'll get to it eventually. I also don't, I also don't really have any projects at the moment that demand, like, an airbrush, so I guess that's another reason why I haven't been, like, going out of my way to try it. Do I have a Discord? No, I have my private Discord, but I don't have like a server set up for my channel. I usually I don't really have enough viewers usually to bother with it at the moment. Heck, I still haven't gotten stream notifications or anything done yet. I've been telling myself I'm gonna get that done for weeks now, but just haven't gotten to it. Of course, nothing's happened that needed notifications either, so you know. Just wanted to share some pictures if you're interested. I just prefer to keep my Discord off the channel for the time being, but appreciated. No worries. Okay. Thank you for getting it. But eventually, if it ever, you know, if I ever feel like I do have enough people watching that it would be worth making a Discord server for, then I definitely wouldn't mind posting it here. But for the time being, I just prefer to keep it private. Don't mind, what? I'm in the US. French. Oh, nice. I am surprised by the variety of places people have dropped by from. Also, I realized that probably for like the last like 15 minutes or so, the painting has not been super visible on stream. But I don't really know a better way to get the inside of the robes here and have it be visible. Hopefully, I can get these last couple spots I missed quickly, and then get back to painting in a way that you can actually see what the heck I'm doing. Special painting glasses? Yeah, it's just a magnifying glass. It helps a lot with the smaller details. Seeing what the heck I'm doing. Lucky not to need them yet. It's not actually. I don't even wear glasses. Like this is just for painting. It's not so much of a need and more of just it helps because it's like a 3 times magnification, so it just helps me see little stuff much clearer. Or at least I think it's 3 times. It might be 5 times. I can't remember. Either way, it's not so much a need for glasses and more of just being able to see it super close. I think I might need someone. Might need someone to improve your brushwork. I mean, honestly, it's helped me a lot. It's like, far from essential, but it definitely makes a huge difference for me. I'm actually almost to the point where it's harder for me to paint without them. Like, my eyes don't want to focus on the details as well anymore if I'm not wearing them. Unless I'm doing something big, like, I usually don't use these when I paint my knights, just because they're so big to begin with. And sometimes getting them close enough to my face that the magnification doesn't just get blurry isn't really possible. Alright, I think that's the white finally done on this one. I don't know why that one took me so long. Alright, I learned my lesson last time. Let's just do the black on the bolt gun here before I do the gloves. Sorry for monopolizing chat. Oh no, don't be sorry. I'm just happy anyone's talking. That's the whole reason I stream. Just because I want to just hang out and chat with folks while I either paint, play games, whatever. But no, don't apologize. do that. How long have I been streaming?
Recently, about... I want to say I started around June. Maybe, it might have been May, but I think it was either May or June. Although I had attempted streaming before, like, 10 or so years ago, and just kind of dropped it because it wasn't really practical to keep going at that time. But I've been enjoying getting back to it again.
Is it hard to set up?
I mean, it just kind of depends on how much of like, what you want to do, right? Like, if you, like, if you want to do stuff like this, like mini painting, then you would have, you want to make sure you have a decent camera, microphone, just, the lighting, whatnot. Like, there'd be a bit more involved setup in, like, doing this. But if you're just, like, playing video games, like, OBS is free. I have done very, very little with it. It's not like, but it's pretty simple to get set up, and I'm sure there's some good tutorials out there for it. That's really all you need. And then everything else is just sort of however much work you want to put into it. I am fortunate enough to be in a situation where the camera that's currently being used was a gift, so this is a much nicer camera than I probably would have gotten on my own. But I don't remember where I was going with that. But aside from that, like, everything else was like either stuff I already had or very, very easy to set up. Going to bed, it's like almost 2:30 a.m. Well, have a good night, and thanks for hanging out. Oh, and also thank you for the follow. Didn't even notice that earlier. Thank you. See you next time. Hope you do. Okay, that is the black on the bolter done. Now, hopefully, I won't have to paint the hands twice. I'll still probably find some way to mess it up, but
Okay. Far so good. Oh wow, I did a sloppy job on that bolt gun. Okay. Have to come back to it. Okay, I think that's good for the black. Or wait, no, is there a joint? Okay, the leg joint here. It's a little bit. Yeah. Oh, and before I forget, okay. My brain forgot what I'm doing. Okay. Let's go over this bolt gun one more time, because black did not come out looking great. For one, just missed a spot. And the rest is a little patchy. This is probably because I was talking while I was painting and not paying enough attention to what I was doing. Which sounds like something I would do. Alright. This time, let's use a little bit paler of a skin tone. Just for some variety. Then some of the others will go a little darker, just to try to do a range. To help things from looking too samey. Okay. That'll do for the face. Okay, where is... There you are. A bit of this here for the side of the mouth. Definitely did a little too much there. Clean this up a little bit. Oh, whoops. Dang. Just have to go over that again. Dang it. Had too much on my brush. That's my own fault. Alright, well, I'll finish fixing this and then... Alright. Oh, whoops. I still haven't even done the gloves yet. I'm getting way ahead of myself here.
Guess I'm getting quiet again, huh? Just, I don't know, just relaxed and focused on what I'm doing. Trying to keep an eye on chat, though, if anyone is there. Okay. Oh, see, it's very calm with that. Yeah. Yeah, sorry, I tend to, when chat dies down, I tend to get a little focused and, not saying much. It's not as bad as that one time that I just forgot I was streaming. That was funny. I wish I had thought to save a highlight of that. I don't even remember which painting stream that was. Alright, let's get the gloves done. Or, you know what? I started the face. Let's actually finish that. Face looks good. What am I thinking for hair this time? Could just keep alternating between brown and black. I'll come back to that. Or actually, no. You know what? Let's do this. A little bit more of a reddish brown. Was just checking in. Really need to get some sleep now. Yeah, no. All good. All good. Or some blonde in. Yeah, I might own one or two. The big one thing I found I don't want to do is, because Sisters of Battle usually have like, or at least the typical art for them is usually like bright white hair, and that doesn't look great with the white robes, just because it's indistinguishable from a hood. And I realize that I am going to have some hooded heads in the future, so let's not let that confusion happen now. And let's fix that now before I regret it. Yeah, I definitely need to I've kind of zeroed in on the paints I like for getting like a range of skin tones. I just need to now dial in the ones I like for like hair colors. Granted, painting Space Marines for the better part of a year now hasn't really given me much opportunity to do that. Because it's usually either a helmet or no hair. Actually, that color worked good, actually. I don't like that. But it's definitely something I want to figure out by the time I get to doing Imperial Guard. Granted, most of them will have helmets as well, but still. I feel like there will be a much bigger variety of, at least in faces, if not, like, fully unhelmeted heads. Of course, I guess the secret there is just play mostly Krieg. And then you just gotta paint gas masks. Something I would really like to sort of, I don't want to say figure out, because it's not like it's like a puzzle to solve or something like that. It's like you just add a line of color in there. But I would like to try to figure out ways to do like a shock of white hair alongside it in a way that looks good and doesn't just look like I took white paint and randomly drew a line on the head. Go crazy, add some magenta or something. I mean, that works for like some of the that works for like some of like the Necromunda gangs, but I don't feel like that suits the Sororitas very much. I mean, I did do some of that like a while back when I did that kill team kit bashed from like one of the when I did do it like a Necromunda gang as a kill team. I did go wild with the hair colors on that one. But then they were also like a very like cyberpunk-ish, like cyber-esh. I think I combined ish and esque in the same thing, and that didn't work. The sort of cyberpunky style design to them, so it worked for them. It's a word now. I feel like my brain does that a lot, though, of like, there are two different words that work for what I'm trying to say, and rather than pick one, my brain does both. In fact, I've caught myself doing that a lot in conversations, where it's like, I will, for some reason, my brain will, like, alright, I know like 3 or 4 different words that work for what I am trying to describe. And so it's going to pick a different one every time I try to talk about that thing every time. And it's like, so I'm changing the term I'm using all the time. And I don't do it on purpose. It's just something my brain does. And I could not for the life of me explain why. Okay. That's looking pretty good. What's left? I gotta do the rivets on the gloves. I gotta do the silver. That's about it. We're actually just about finished with this one. Alright, there is that little spot of blue that I gotta fix. There was that time I took 10 minutes to describe a chair. I don't know if I remember that, but I don't even know if I was in that conversation or not. That feels like a thing that would have happened during D&D. Ah, okay. Let's remember to do this bit before the wash this time. Alright. there's one spot I gotta do some gold, then I think it's just the silver, and this one's done. All in all, made some pretty good progress today. I've got 10 in this squad to get done, and I'd like to have them done by Friday. I did 2 before stream and 2 during stream, so that's almost half in one day, so I'll take that. I haven't made that good of progress on these in a while. Actually, no, I can't. No, that's not true. I spent all last week powering through, like, was it 20 or 30? No, it was 20. It was like 20-some miniatures in 1 week just to get tabled at the game I was rushing to get them done for. But, this is, I feel like, a much more reasonable goal. I almost definitely will not have time to build and paint the immolator by the time in between when it arrives and going up to play on probably the day after. But that's fine. So that just gives me the chance to figure out what I want to arm it with anyway. I actually originally picked up a Black Star to run alongside my Knights for an extra vehicle, but that was when I learned aircraft have wildly different movement. Well, maybe not wildly different. They have significantly different movement rules in 40K. And I mean, like the movement rules are actually pretty neat. I like the different rules for them, but I don't know if a tournament is the best place to learn how their movement rules are different. Because outside of the game I'm going to try to get in this weekend, I'm not going to have much chance to try stuff out. So I figure better to maybe not bring something along with me that I barely know how it works, let alone how to use it in a way that is, like, effective. That being said, though, the whole rule for the immolator of splitting a Battle Sister squad into 2 groups of 5 is interesting. I don't know if that's good, but I guess I'll find out. I guess it is effectively 2 small squads with sticky objectives, so it's not like I can't take advantage of that. I guess I could split them up in such. I mean, I assume I can kind of choose how I can. It's not about winning. It's not about winning. It's about sending a message. I mean, fair. It's just, it being a tournament and all, I would like to try to do the best I can. And as much as I would love to run the thing, I don't quite know how to effectively use it yet. I just need to get some games in. I just need to get some more games in, like using aircraft. And unfortunately, I just don't have time to do that before the tournament itself. That being said, I do have it already, so it's like I've got it for the future, and I absolutely will be taking any chance I can to try and play with it some to get it figured out. It's mostly I don't want to be making rules mistakes in like a more official thing, right? It's like I'm sure my opponent would be perfectly able to like call me on it and correct me, but I would prefer to not make a ton of mistakes in the first place. Also, I would feel extra bad if neither of us caught it and it like affected the game in any way. Okay, I need a second opinion here. In just a moment. Alright. Just below the neck, that the skull on the whatever that is on the armor. Does it look better in silver to match the rest of it, or gold? I don't even know if this is visible. I'm just going to assume this is on camera in some way. Like, originally I was doing gold, but then it was starting to bug me that it wasn't silver like the rest of the details. So I think I need just a second opinion. You like silver? Okay. That's kind of where I'm at too. So I will probably go back to the ones I've already painted and change it to silver. A little too thick with the paint there. Go. Hello. Oh, and thank you for the bits. I really need to stop being lazy and get around to making a notification for those. But thank you. Okay. I think I just got to do the little bits on the gloves here, and then this one is about done as well.
Can you request a song? The song's just on the playlist is just sort of an automatic one I have set up. I appreciate you asking, but I'm not gonna be changing it midstream. Also, I would want to vet any music that I put on there first as well. Hope that's okay. Also, make sure that it's cool as far as copyright and stuff goes. I don't want to get my VOD. I don't want to get strikes on my VODs or nothing. Okay. I did notice one bit that I missed here. And then I will change out my paint water. We'll do the wash. Not the greatest job, but I got it. Alright, it's fine. I did notice a patch on the inside of the robe there that I did not do a fantastic job on. But if I'm looking that hard to see it, whoever I'm playing with, 3 feet away at the table is not going to notice. Alright, gonna go change out my paint water, and we'll be right back. Alright, and back. Alright, let me just do a quick look over here and make sure that didn't miss anything. This definitely was not paying as much attention as I should have been with this one. Alright, looks good, I think. Okay. White first here. Just a chunk of dried paint, I think. Alright, hold on. Let's start over here. I think think I watered that down. First I didn't water it down enough, then I watered it down way too much. Try this again. Still be watered down a little too much, but I think it's okay. I think I put the wash a little heavy on the sleeve. Oh, it's not too dry to fix it. Yeah, it looks okay. I think I got it. Alright. Definitely put it... I definitely put it on too heavy. Yeah, hopefully it's not that noticeable. Face here. All right. I think that's going to be good for the wash. Turned out pretty okay.
that brush.
Just a cage of bones. There's nothing inside. Will it always be burning down the wall?
So I did just noticed I missed a spot of silver. Where did I put it? There you are. Oh, and thank you for the follow. Sorry I didn't see that notification earlier. Not used to ever watching the notifications window. Eventually I will get alerts set up, and then I don't have to remember to check it quite so often. But I've been telling myself I was going to do that for a couple weeks now, and I still haven't done it, so need to just stop being lazy and get to it. Okay, and actually, while I've got silver on my palette here, let's go back to those others and change the skull I wanted to silver. Oh, I already did that one in silver. Okay, why did I start doing it in gold? I don't know. Do I have any? Yeah, there's still some wet Nuln Oil here. Okay, good enough. Okay, now on to the base. That is not the brush I want to use for this one. I don't want to fray this one worse than it's already getting. Thought it seemed like I didn't have a lot of paint on it. That's better. Much better. Oh boy, this brush, it is about done, isn't it? Okay, hold on. You know what? Clean this off real quick. Here's the part that's... Alright. I don't know if it's going to help a lot, but... not doing anything, like, precise with it, so hopefully it'll, keep it doing its job just a little bit longer. got a little bit on the foot. I don't think this brush is gonna be with me for too much longer here. Granted, I did just cut off a lot of the bristles on it, so it's no wonder it's not really staying together too well here, but it was on its way out anyway. Now, all I need it for is for just smearing paint on the base, so until it can't do that anymore, I can keep using it. There. Okay. It turned out alright. Okay, get my stick. This one might be a little finicky. But getting the stuff under the robe without making a mess. It's probably going to be fairly annoying to do. Alright, how am I going to do this? very carefully not to smear this all over the miniature. Okay. Honestly, this has gone way better than I thought it was going to. Got on my hand jerk there. Could have been bad. Did get a little bit on the one foot, so hopefully it hasn't dried too much to clean that up. I would really prefer to not have to... that. Okay, maybe this is not the best brush to clean that up with. Let's try this one. Ah, dang it. I just picked up a bunch of the... Alright, no, this brush is too big. This is not helping. What do I have for a small brush? Actually, you know what? This is... no, that's not going to work. I know I have some small brushes. Here we go. It's not quite working either. There we go. This should do the job. Oh, I wonder if a... no, that wouldn't work. I got most of it off. Let's see if I can do some damage control here. Get just a little bit of blue, and see if I put that over top of what little is on there. It'll just cover it up well enough. I don't need to repaint the whole leg. Ah, perfect. realize none of that was even visible, but... Alright. This is basically done. Just got to do the trim around the edge of the base. Okay, once again, got one side here. Needs another coat, but still needs to dry, so I'll give that a moment. Okay. And that's 2 done. Alright, so here are the 2 did on stream today. I think both of these turned out pretty good. Oh. And I'm on pretty good pace to have these done by Friday. So, yeah. Normally I wrap up in about 10 minutes, and I definitely got enough time to do another one in there, like, in that time. So, we're probably going to go ahead and wrap up here. Thank you, everyone who hung out for painting. Like I said, the plan today was to play more Bolt Gun, but I really needed to get this done, and it seemed like a good excuse to do another painting stream. Let me see if there's anyone to raid. Alright. Is there anybody to raid who isn't playing something I don't want to be spoiled on, please? Looks like Dan is playing something called Shadows of Doubt. No idea what that is. Probably a horror game. So if that's not your thing, then no worries if you want to drop. But yeah, I'm gonna throw the raid over there. So once again,
Thank you, everyone, for hanging out, and have a good night.